we are back. That's right, we are back to the podcast show, the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. My name is Dr. B. And this is show number 52. And it's entitled Juneteenth, a new federal holiday. That's right, Juneteenth, a new federal holiday. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I want to thank each and every one of you for downloading the podcast. Yes, I want to thank, before I get started, yes, I want to thank Podbean. I want to thank Apple Podcasts. There you go. I want to thank Google Play. I want to thank Audible from Amazon Prime, Amazon, and Audible. I want to thank Listen FM. I want to thank iHeartRadio. And of course, I want to thank, again, my publisher from 2018, my book, Race and Ethnic Relations, Discovering New Solutions, ABC Clio. So here we are, towards the end of the month of June, and we have a new federal holiday. That's right, we have a new federal holiday, Juneteenth. And it happened just a few weeks, a week ago. Less than a week ago. And, wow. How do you feel about it? It's a new celebration. It's a new federal holiday. And it's been building for decades. And now, all of a sudden, we have a new holiday. Now, let me give you some backdrop to our new federal holiday, Juneteenth, officially approved as a federal holiday just a few days ago. The Senate passed a bill the other week that would make Juneteenth, June 19th, a federal holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the United States. The bill would lead to Juneteenth becoming the 12th federal holiday. It is expected to easily pass, in which President Joe Biden signed in action. Juneteenth commemorates when the last enslaved African Americans learned that they were free. Confederate soldiers surrendered in April 1865, but word didn't reach the last enslaved black people until June 19th, when Union soldiers brought the news of freedom to Galveston, Texas. That was also about 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation freeing slaves in the southern states. Making Juneteenth a federal holiday is a major step forward to recognize the wrongs of the past. The Senate passed the bill under a unanimous consent agreement that expedites the processing for consideration of legislation, and which passed. So the next couple of days later, President Joe Biden officially signed it in action. And in the White House, actually signed the bill in the East Room of the White House on June 17th, 2021. So just like that, over decades, now it is a federal holiday. In observance of Juneteenth, now, many times people say, well, so what do you celebrate? What happens? Well, celebrations will include picnics. As they said, in many places, Juneteenth has become a multicultural holiday. Traditions include public readings of the Emancipation Proclamation, singing traditional songs, and reading of works by noted African American writers. Celebrations includes picnics, rodeos, street fairs, cookouts, family reunions, park parties, historical reenactments, blues festival, and Miss Juneteenth contest. Interesting, strawberry soda is the traditional drink associated with the celebration. Wow, I didn't know that. Strawberry soda is a traditional drink associated with the celebration. Juneteenth celebrations often include, again, lectures and exhibitions on African American culture. The modern holiday places much emphasis upon teaching African American heritage. And it's a celebration for all. Not just for African Americans, but celebration for all. Wow. Now just think about it. Now I read the context of, but just think about what happened. And by the way, there was a 94-year-old woman. I apologize. 94-year-old African American woman who was there at the signing of the bill, President Joe Biden's signing, and she was always instrumental of moving it forward. And there were so many over the years, so many instrumental folks really trying to move this event, this day, forward. And before then, let me just say, there were states that were always were celebrating it. Most states recognize it in some form, either as a ceremony observance or a state holiday. Texas was the first state to recognize the date in 1980. By 2002, 8 states officially recognized Juneteenth, and 4 years later, 15 states recognized the holiday. By 2008, nearly half of the states observed the holiday as a ceremonial observance. By 2019, 47 states and the District of Columbia recognized Juneteenth. That is, and now let me just say on a personal, I'm from the Midwest, from Ohio. There was not much discussion about Juneteenth, at least in the Midwest, when I was growing up. But it did build up more and more as I got older and as I moved in other states, particularly southern states, that Juneteenth was a regular celebration. And so now it is a federal holiday. How do you feel about it? I mean, it is an opportunity of learning about the past, also, but celebrating all cultures, particularly African American culture. And just can you imagine what it was like of not, and again, that's, this goes, oh my gosh, here we go. This goes into, now I'm going to venture down this road. You know I'm going to venture down this road. This is real history. Here you go. This is real history. This is what really happened. The context of what really happened. When the last African Americans were told that they were actually freed, yet they were still thought that they were enslaved. And the word didn't reach the last enslaved black people until June 19th in Galveston, Texas. And I used to live in Texas, by the way, and I also visited Galveston. Galveston is a beautiful place. But can you imagine not being told you were free after 2.5 years after Emancipation Proclamation? So this should be a celebration. But it's also a recognition of our very unfortunate past, and recognition that, yes, our country, as we very well know, had the institution of slavery for quite some time. Hello. Over 200 years of slavery. That's a fact. And some would say, we don't need to go down this road. But I would say, those are the facts. And again, majority of folks recognize it's best to come clean with our history, the United States, and recognize Juneteenth, as a special celebration that all of us officially, and I mean all of us, technically became free on that day. And so in essence, some would say, even today, guess what? Us black folks are free again. We free again. Oh man. We finally free again. And here's the thing that just came up when this holiday happened. Now the holiday officially became, just last week. Actually, June 19th was on a Saturday. So corporations were trying to figure out, scrambling, and they had a great article, by the way, in several of the online newspaper articles, and said, how are companies going to celebrate this new federal holiday when it falls on a Saturday? So some companies, large tech companies, large businesses, decided to give that Friday time, half the day off for their employees. Now some of the texts also said, to commemorate Juneteenth, and I'm just going to read this several comments from this article. To commemorate Juneteenth, Google has instituted a no meetings day on Friday, June 18th, and is encouraging all Googlers to use this day for celebration, learning, and reflection. Facebook said its workers can use one of their paid personal choice days if they want to celebrate the holiday. Employees can also participate in a day of discussion. A lot of meetings have been canceled so folks can go to these meetings. Apple said it recognizes Juneteenth as a company holiday in the U.S. and gives employees the day off to observe on Friday. And other companies stated that our approach is not to offer a vacation day, but instead use this day to create time and space for employees to better understand critical topics related to race, ethnicity, and racial injustice. Actually, Microsoft Diversity Chiefs Officer says, recognizing this day with intentions allows us to stay connected to the many challenges unresolved, violence unaddressed, and inequities unchanged for Black and African Americans community worldwide. So again, this, and I posed the question to you, what should most Americans, corporations, actually do on our new federal holiday, Juneteenth? What should they do? Should they give employees time off? Should it be about reflection? Should it be about lectures? Should it be about festivities? Should it be a combination of activities? And should it be just for African Americans or persons of color or all folks? I would say it's for everyone. Of course, I'm going to say it's for everyone. And it should be a day of celebration. It should be a day of discussion. Could be some serious discussion, but it should, in my opinion, okay, well, Dr. B, here you go. Dr. B, my opinion, it should be truly a celebration. It should be, to me, it should be like floats, festivities, a celebration of a magnitude of with all groups celebrating, because this is about freedom. Freedom to express one's opinions each and every day. Freedom for your own right, to live your own right. Freedom to do as you please. Freedom to not do as what others tell you to do. Freedom. And we take freedom for granted in this country. So my opinion, it should be a major, major, major celebration. Just a celebration. With some reflect, because again, we're opening up to everyone. And some for certain segments really don't want the reflection again and again and again. I understand that. But everyone needs to be reminded that this is our real history. Reflection is needed. And celebration should be highlighted. I would like to see major celebrations, floats, parades. Yes, parades. Just like it is on 4th of July. Like it is a celebration of, I used to visit New Orleans. And when they have Mardi Gras, it should be a festive event like that. Should be a Mardi Gras type of feeling, environment, festive, where all cultures, all people get along during Mardi Gras. Let's do the same thing for Juneteenth. We do it for Mardi Gras. Let's do it for Juneteenth. Let's have parades. Let's have floats. Let's people dress up. Have a fun time. Be reminded, this is freedom. True freedom. Well, kind of true free. Like I said, I'm free again. We free again on this. We're officially free again. But just put yourself in other people's shoes, history, in your own family. And those of us, I'll just say, those of us who have families of color, families who have endured this system for decades and centuries, and get reminded of our own history, of our own struggles during family reunions, of how tough it was living in earlier decades. And what I mean by tough, all the various laws that prevented many times people of color from living and going about their daily lives. Even though they were free, there was a lot of discrimination, as we all know. But remembering, going back even further, how it would be to know that you're truly free. That's where it would slow us down. Everyone slow us down and say, wow, this is a major achievement of our society, major achievement of our U.S., our United States of America, a major achievement. And yes, look how far we've come, where we can see everyone celebrating together, Not just one segment of the population, African Americans, but every group celebrating freedom. And this cuts across every group, every segment of our society. We're talking about, let's get down to the essence, freedom. We take that for granted, obviously, in 2021. But think about the folks who finally learned that they were free. Finally learned that they were free. Back in 1867. Think about it. Finally learning that you are free. That hits you. That hits me to the core. Finally to learn that you are free. It should be a federal holiday. And I'll give props to Biden in making this a federal holiday. Give props. It's been building. States have been recognizing it over the years, over the decades. And now it is a federal holiday. That's a celebration, particularly after the year that we've gone through with COVID and all the racial unrest that's been happening in our country. This is indeed a celebration. Not something that you push aside, but a celebration of everybody's freedom. So in the years to come, I would like to see Juneteenth like a Mardi Gras celebration where everyone is participating in a big, super festive occasion to recognize our freedom. Finally, in this country, our freedom. Juneteenth, a federal holiday. Think about it. There you go. This is show number 52, entitled Juneteenth, a new federal holiday. I am Dr. B. It's a major celebration, but it does make you kind of slow down and think about it. And this is not about being divisive, not setting people apart. This is about bringing everybody together. Because we all want freedom. I want to thank our listeners. Please also subscribe to my podcast on all different types of platforms, on Podbean, on also Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Listen FM, iHeartRadio, and Audible. Please subscribe on Audible. And also send me an email. Send me an email at ejb6788@gmail.com. And I want to get your thoughts. What do you think we should do on Juneteenth? What are the activities that we Americans should do on our new federal holiday, Juneteenth? So I look forward to your feedback and want you to have a great summer. And still, all of us, be free. Peace out, folks. We out of here.